Yes, and welcome back. This is the Sports Check with me, Bernardo Kumu. We, of course, delving into the 35th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations that's kicking off this Sunday. That's 21st of December through to 18th of January. So we have continental football. What celebration of African talent we're going to witness, if anything to go by, as what we did see during the qualifiers and also during the CHAN, just set the stage for this big showpiece. So we're going to delve into matters of African football, look at the possible winners, the defending champions, the odds, and where it's being held, 6 venues in Morocco. That's where this particular tournament is going to happen, and it will be a celebration of African talent, as I've said. And with me on set is Barry Silla. Barry Silla is a sports journalist. Karibu sana, Barry.
Thank you very much.
First time to have you here.
Asante.
We've been elsewhere with you many times,
absolutely,
right? Our sister station on Y. Great to have you. Thank you so much for your time.
Asante.
Now, first things first, 6 stadiums across six stadiums, 6 cities or towns.
Yes,
how big do you think this particular tournament will be?
Well, the 35th, asante sana, Bernard. The 35th biennial event of the Africa Cup of Nations, or AFCON, like you rightly said, is going to be held in Morocco in 6 cities. These are, Agaza, Casablanca, Marrakesh, Fez, and Rabat. The first match, of course, will be at St. Abdullah Stadium in Rabat. So this is big for Morocco. Morocco, has been coming good in matters of football development, and now we know next year they're hosting 2 major events as well, AFCON under 17, I think under 20 for the ladies. So the world and Africa is ready for the football fiesta that is slated for the next, almost 27 days. But action starts on that Sunday with Comoros facing the host Morocco in Rabat.
Sure. Yeah. And of course Morocco, kicking it off against Comoros, and this just like the Group A matches, but they are, of course, where do you think some of the tightest groups, the so-called groups of death?
Yeah, for me, I'm looking at 3 groups here, Bernard. When you look at Group A, it's actually tight. The host Morocco are there with, I think, 2 times champions Zambia and Mali as well. And then, of course, Comoros probably are the, I don't know if I'd call them dark horses, but they're the lower ranked teams. So that Group A looks very tight for me. I'd also say the next group, Group B, featuring neighbors, Angola, South Africa, Zimbabwe, and then Egypt. Egypt 7-time champions. So this will be very interesting. I think South Africa 2 times or one time
winners.
Yes. So Group B is also interesting. Our neighbors, of course, Tanzania and Uganda are facing Tunisia and Nigeria. That's another group. But for me, the other group which is going to arouse some memories is Group D. DRC and Senegal are going to renew that rivalry of World Cup qualifiers. You remember, just the other day, when whatever happened in Congo. So they'll be alongside Benin and Botswana. And then also Group E, Algeria, Burkina Faso, Equatorial Guinea, and Sudan. And then Group F, which is interesting, again, the defending champions and 3 times champions, Ivory Coast, is with Cameroon, I think 3-time champions, Gabon and Mozambique. So for me, there are 3 groups that are really tantalizing. Yeah,
sure. And maybe looking at the chances for the East Africans, right? Uganda and Tanzania.
Yeah.
How do you fancy their chances in that group?
First of all, I feel sorry for them because, first of all, anything is possible in football, but for them to be lumped in the same group, that's first of all a disadvantage. It means they have to face each other early. And then they're in Group D, Group C, alongside heavyweights Nigeria and Tunisia. So, I think the Tanzanians and Uganda just have to go in with belief. The interesting match will be the derby between the 2 of them. But I don't fancy the chances against Tunisia or Nigeria. That should be a tough call, really.
But remember, we also had an East African derby in 2019 when we were grouped together with Tanzania.
Absolutely.
That's in Egypt. So So you don't fancy their chances coming off that group. No surprises for you. Who do you think might be tournament surprise?
The tournament surprise?
Yes. The underdogs, maybe. Remember last time?
Underdogs is underdog. I'll go with Mali and Angola. Yeah.
Maybe Angola, right? Like Namabululu, maybe could be doing their thing.
Absolutely. But for the people who I think are right on the money to go all the way, defending champions have to be in the bracket. Senegal, former champions, have to be in the bracket. Egypt have to be in the bracket as well. So, and I hope Nigeria gets its act together. Same to Cameroon as well.
Sure. Nigeria getting its act together. Do you think they have a point to prove since they missed out on qualification to the World Cup?
Absolutely. Niger and Cameroon, I think we've spoken about this before. The landscape of African football is changing. So I think they're going to have points to prove. We've seen the squads out. The likes of Victor Osimhen has a point to prove.
Calvin Bassey.
Yeah, Calvin Bassey.
Trustekong retired though.
Yeah. Lukman Ademola should do something. There's been a bit of issue and noise in Cameroon with the federation and the presidency.
A lot
of noise.
Yes.
Which is not ideal in the camp. But I hope they put their act together and show the world or Africa why they are, many-time champions in this competition.
Sure. And also they hold the record as the team that has qualified for the World Cup more times, but this time they are not there as well. So these are some of the teams that maybe have a point to prove, or will be going to are in Morocco, not just to conquer Africa, but also to tell them that they are still the giants of Africa football. So do you fancy Cameroon's chances, Nigeria against Ivory Coast? Who do you think might dislodge Ivory Coast if they, they don't win? Do Morocco have...
I want to see Morocco better. Morocco, the only African country that got into the FIFA World Cup semis, finishing third on the log. But I want to see more of Morocco. I need to see what Egypt can do. But as it is, traditionally the defending champions have something to prove. I want to see what Coach Faye is going to do with the elephants of the Ivorians. Of course, but of course I'm looking at Senegal mostly. Senegal for me is fireworks. The lineup of including Thiam, Kina Mane, absolutely rock star lineup. But for me, the two Northern Africans, Egypt and Morocco, and then Senegal and Ivory Coast should be the frontliners.
Maybe looking at another team that's potentially going to give the rest for a run of the money. It could be maybe from this should be Benin. Maybe they've had also a stellar campaign towards the qualification, or they have the outside chances.
Those are outside chances for me. But I fancy, I don't know why I fancy Mali a lot and Angola. I feel like they can do something apart from what they can be able to, what they showed us, particularly in the CHAN that ended here. They do traditionally well even in AFCON, in the qualifiers and all that. So I'd like to see what they do. But also interestingly for me, Bernard, not to forget, the Southern African nations have been staggering behind, leaving the Western Africans and Northern Africans to dominate. I want to see what Bafana can do.
But yes, good point. But this time round, all of them have qualified.
All of them have
qualified.
Yeah, but
6 teams from the COSAFA region.
Interesting. Botswana, South Africa, Mozambique, Angola. Comoros is down there as well?
It's Central Africa.
Okay. Yeah, so it's interesting. That qualification is good. But let's see. We want to see how much can go, not only the group stage, but the dying stages of the tournament, quarters,
even
semis.
Namibia as well.
Even Namibia. So I'm keen to see what Hugo Broos will do with Bafana.
Bafana, yes.
Yeah, I liked their qualification run.
Yes. And also their campaign last time around, they really proved that they have a formidable side that can, go all the way in Africa. They can, you believe that they can build on that, especially, and also the unique thing about them is that the players are all play at home.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's like an advantage.
I think South Africa is the second nearest country that shares the same model with Morocco. Of course, Morocco have foreigners, but South Africa is built on investment, infrastructure. But another thing, just like Morocco, they have very steady and good youth programs. You just seen what they did under 17, under 20, even the ladies and the senior teams. So I just want to see what Bafana should be able to replicate what they did almost 20, 30 years ago with the likes of Mark Fish.
Yes.
Shoes Moshu. So we want to see what they can do here. And then, of course, we will be waiting for them to see what they'll do in the World Cup next year.
And of course, there are some of the key players will be the likes of the goalkeeper, Rowan Williams.
Yes.
Who, I can't remember when was the last time an African goalkeeper made it to the short list of Ballon d'Or.
Absolutely, it's been brilliant. It's been a monster in between the sticks for Bafana. The Mamelodi Sundowns man, I think there was a time he had a bit of a dip. He faced a lot of criticism from the South African media, who are deemed to be very harsh. But he's very experienced, he's very composed, and I believe that's like having an extra defender for South Africa. So I'd like to see just. First of all, get out of the group stages, then I see how they make it through. But certainly, Rowan, who is the captain as well, is a key member for Hugo Bruce in Bafana.
Yes, indeed. I mean, teams participating, something interesting. Thank you, Brian, for the pictures, you know. And it's all been about the organization of this tournament, right?
Absolutely.
Which, in all, you know, with all the effort that Morocco has put forward, it's like it's going to be a marvelous tournament. You know, how they've planned for the teams to the venues as well as the training venues. Yes,
absolutely.
And the facilities available to the teams.
Yeah, that's a good point. And listen, investment is everything in sports. Morocco has taken it a notch. In virtually every city, there are academies, there are pitches for kids to train and play. And all the top tier teams in Botola in Morocco have academies and lower, the junior teams as well play. So I think that's where Morocco has gotten it right in terms of investment of key areas like infrastructure. And this is why they'll continue to dominate the African sphere. Remember, they are the only country apart from South Africa, who are going to host the World Cup, co-host with their neighbors.
Yes, 1930, right?
Yes, yes.
Portugal.
Yes, so I think it's given us, the rest of the continent, a template to copy and go by. If you want something good, first plan well, plan early, and then invest, put the money, put the resources, and then you'll get the results.
Yes, indeed. And remember that Kenya will be, I believe the East African presidents will be in either in Marrakesh.
The FA presidency.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you remember, a precursor to this tournament, I think there's usually what we call a CAF EXCO.
Yes.
All the 54 FA presidents will be over there in, I think, Marrakesh or Rabat, just to discuss and maybe prepare for the handover of the next AFCON tournament. So I think they'll be going there not just for fun or holiday, but to learn. Pick lessons, exchange ideas is very important when you go there to network. So, and I think for us, as this side of the world, East Africa, it will be important for the 3 FA presidents to go and get the valuable lessons of how we can host a great AFCON 2027.
Yes, indeed. So, and do you think that East Africa will be going there to pick a few lessons to benchmark and know how to put up, something better than Chan? Chan, we did fantastic in the region.
Absolutely. And remember, after this tournament ends, I think it's going to be like 18 months, not even 24 months to the tournament here in Nairobi, Kampala, and Dar es Salaam and Zanzibar. So certainly we have to go pick notes, learn. The good thing, we have goodwill from CAF and FIFA, but we certainly have to go and learn on everything around the aesthetics, the hospitality, beyond the pitches, the fun activities. Ticketing.
Remember, it's somehow cross-travel.
Ticketing is critical. What I can assure CAF and everybody is that we'll have packed stadiums because you're hosting AFCON. But we need to do better in terms of ticketing and even security. And I hope these are the lessons we're going to be picking from Morocco in this tournament.
Yes, indeed. So East Africa will be going to take notes, all those who will be in charge of the LOCs among the 3 countries, they have a lot to do. Atalanta coming up. I mean, we're going to have a marvelous tournament.
Marvelous tournament in Nairobi. We already have three stadiums that I'm sure at some point will be closed. Except Atalanta, nobody will play there until it's open.
Yes,
but
first match.
Nyayo still needs a bit of sprucing as well. The drainage and the
canopy.
The canopy and the walls, perimeter walls.
As well as the surface.
They have to close it and improve it, and same to Kasarani as well, especially. There are some certain places of stadiums that are usually overlooked. And to me, one of them is the areas like the washroom, the areas like eating areas. We need to improve on that. And I'm sure CAF and FIFA guys will be here to try and, help them implement. But like we said, when you go to Morocco, go with a book, take notes, ask questions.
Because a tournament is it's a festival.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know?
It's not just what is happening on the pitch, outside.
I think that's what, remember, that's what the LOC back here realized, you know, and now they had to put up the watch centers, you know,
yes,
which
absolutely,
were put in several parts of the city,
yes,
Uhuru Park and the CBD,
absolutely.
and it was amazing that they all full.
Yeah,
you know, tournament is a festival.
It's
not everybody has to go to the stadium.
Yeah,
you know?
so we need to really learn to even beyond even AFCON, even our leagues. We need to incorporate the element of entertainment
and sports,
hospitality, what people will eat and everything, and that is part of, you know, making revenue. Remember, certain tournaments like this, CAF will have its share, but also the home country will have its share. So, and also it's good for tourism, sports tourism. So I hope when these guys, the Hussein Mohammed and his team, I'm sure with Mariga will go, and even the LOC chair, Mr. Musonya probably will be going. I hope they pick the vital lessons that will be implemented in the next tournament.
Yep. Sure. So as the tournament begins, maybe as we just come to a close of previewing AFCON and what is with us here, you know, some 4 weeks or a month of entertainment and African football. Kenyan, I mean, not Kenyan, but African superstars playing their trade abroad, because that's majorly what's dominating the squads in these particular teams that are participating here.
Yes,
Looks like if all home-based players, it will be difficult for teams that have, you know.
Yeah, I think
for a perfect example will be the Leopards, DRC, you know, who really very good side, but, you know, dotted with stars from Europe.
Absolutely. This is a big tournament. You have to get your best. Look, Morocco has a good league, but virtually everyone plays abroad.
Yes.
And also what I heard with Morocco is a lot of them were born outside. So, like you said, Congo, DRC, the Leopards, Carthage Lions, the Lions of Teranga, and also Indomitable Lions, you will be sure 90% of their playing staff or playing unit are going to be people from the top leagues. Talk about England, Spain, France, Germany, and whatnot.
Yes.
So because this is a big league, I think it will be quite a rare fit unless you're very unique when you're playing at home. Maybe some people, the team, a country that I believe will get a lot of home-based players is South Africa and Egypt, because they focus a lot on home development. But the rest of the pack, we are going to see the people we watch every day on TV, every weekend, donning their national colors, including, I like to see exactly what Leopards will do, because the Leopards
I'm putting my money on them.
Yeah, the Leopards look very good, look the business.
And they're certain to qualify for the World Cup. Maybe we're counting to one.
But they look the dark horses of the tournament, and they can go all the way.
Yes, hold your thought, Barry, because we'll be back with you. We are not done yet on the Africa Cup of Nations preview.